There are some good bottles out there for under $20, and tonight I'm blinding them to see which one I might prefer. So stick around and pour up. It's the Bourbon Nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock, and tonight these bottles are under $20, and we're going to find out which ones that I might prefer at that price range. There's a lot of good bottles out there that are under $20 if you're trying to pinch pennies and try to save some money with today's economy, especially the bourbon prices. And so everybody's got that group of daily sippers that range, 20, 30, $40. But these right here are some of the ones that are on that low bottom shelf that people might overlook, or some of you guys might already have these already. There's some popular ones in this blind. Um, Quick mention though, I don't have all of them that I can put in here in these four that you can see here, but I didn't get the Evan Williams bottle and bond. It's about 18, $19, so that also been fair game for this. I didn't get Mellow Corn, which is another one, and there's a couple of other mentions here too. But the bottles that I have here in this spin thing here, I have no idea what they are. I poured them up. The tags are on the bottles. Again, using the etchings that are on here will correspond to the rubber tags that are on the bottles themselves. So I won't know what these are. And I'm going to mix these up also further just so you guys can see that these are mixed up really well. And then I'll put them on the tray here, and we'll just go through and rank these and nose them and taste them. And as I do this, the bottles will flash up as I'm starting to nose these, so you'll kind of see as the viewer which one it is that I'm actually starting to smell and taste or whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into this. And I'm going to put this on real quick and stir these up again real quick so you guys can see that. This is a pretty cool contraction, by the way. And then just spin them. And then that's done. All right, I'll do it again anyway. Just keep it going. And then I'll just grab these and put these in the order here. So we have that, and let's go ahead and get rid of this. And we'll go ahead and get rid of this. And we'll get a sip of water. Okay. All right. Again, all bottles under $20. Some things to note that not all of them are bottle and bond. There's a good many of them that are bottle and bond, but not all of these in this blind here are bottle and bond, but they are actually all 100 proof exactly. So just a little caveat there before we get started. But without further ado, let's kind of get into this. And again, I'm going to start from my right, your left, and work down, and then take a break, and then I'll work back up the river again. And then I'll rank them from there and share the bottles of what they are. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into glass number one on my right here. So there's a little bit of caramel here. A little bit of ethanol coming through here. It's not punchy, but it's there. Maybe a touch of caramel too. There's a little bit of caramel there. I almost get like a little bit of I wouldn't say dusty, but like a leathery, like a leather bound book kind of smell. Very faint. Leather chair, something like that. Overall, pretty inviting. It's very light. There's not a whole lot going on. Nothing that sticks out too much. Let's get this on the palate. Not too bad. Alcohol comes through a little more. It's a little more punchy on the palate there. When you get to the middle of the palate, that heat comes through a little bit there. Again, these are all 100 proof, but they're all going to hit a little different. So um, more of the oak's coming through a little bit more. There's some caramel in this one. There's more of that kind of leathery note there as well too. So the finish goes away fairly quickly. Doesn't coat the mouth entirely. Overall, this is not bad to start with. It's got a little bit going on. I mean, it's got a little bit of mouthfeel there to it. It's got a little heat. Finish hangs around just for a split second and goes away. Some caramel, some oak, a little bit of leather there. So not bad to start with. So Let's go and move to glass number 2 on the nose. This one comes across a little darker on the nose. Get a little more dried fruit on this one. A little more caramel. Yeah, this one seems like it's got a look. It potentially could have more going on there. At least on the nose, it does. All right, let's get this on the palate. Yeah, this one coats the mouth a little better, I feel like. Finish is about the same. They both go away fairly quickly, but I think this one coats the mouth just a little bit better. This has got a little more sweetness, a little more caramel on the front end, a little more vanilla, heavy. Yeah, it does coat the mouth pretty well. And the second sip, the finish is hanging on just a little bit longer. I feel like I might prefer glass 2 over glass 1 this far. And by the way, let me go ahead and take these out here so I can kind of show you as I push glasses forward which ones I might like better than others. So based on what I just said, glass 2 I like better than glass 1. Moving on to glass number 3. All right, I like the nose on this one more so than the other one. This one's got like some banana rants. This is a heavy sweetness, like maple sweetness. Got a little bit of oak there, it feels like. Yeah, pleasant nose. I like the nose on this one. So let's give this one a try. That's pretty good. I'm a palate of bananas there a little bit more, but it's not so much. It's more like a ripe banana than the banana rants candy I was getting. It's more like a ripe banana on the palate with a little bit of oak. There's a little bit of staying power on this one. There's a little bit of grippiness that's getting behind the cheeks a little bit. That would almost like drying effect, which I kind of dig sometimes. So it just depends on what it is, but it's not bad. Finish is pretty good. I think this might be a little more balanced overall with the mouth, the nose, the finish, compared to glass 2, which I thought was better than glass 1. So I think I'm gonna move this one just slightly ahead, not by a lot, but I think the nose and I think the whole experience on this glass 3, I think I like just a little bit better than glass 2, and then glass 1 so far is in last place here too. So let's go ahead and move on to glass number 4. This one smells good too on the nose. This one smells dark. Also, it's got some kind of very heavy caramel, banana-y type notes. This is kind of like a banana foster kind of thing going on, but with like ripe bananas, like very ripe bananas on the nose. Yeah, I like smelling this one a lot too. Yep, let's get this on the palate. Yeah, more banana. Alcohol is a little more punchy in this one too. It's tempered, but it comes across a little more so than the last 2 glasses. This one was kind of punchy. This one is not as punchy, a little more tame, but finish on this one is not as good, I don't think, as the other 2. I really like the front of the palate. The nose is good. It reminds me of glass 3 here, but it's kind of lacking, kind of thin compared to the other ones, or at least the other 2. So I think this one is probably going to be, for now, move that one in 3rd place. So this will be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, at least on the first way down. So I'm going to clear the palette, run back through these again, and then I'll come back with the rankings, and then we'll pull up the bottles and see what we come up with. Stick around. Be right back. Okay, and I'm back. And after going back through these again, the battle for 2nd and 3rd kind of went back and forth, and they flip-flopped depending on when I went from this one to that one versus that one to that one. It all changed a little bit. This one got a little more bready. This one right here got a little more muted, and I don't know if it's because this one was overpowering this one, but going back and forth made us switch there. This one, to me, again, for 20 bucks, these are all pretty good for 20 bucks for what you get. This one just was clearly in last place for me. I think we'll move this one into second. This one still is in first place, glass 3, and then glass 2 will go down to third again, but very close. So I'm going ahead and move these into their rankings. So this will be 1. Glass 4 is going to be number 2 after going back through it again. Glass 3, this will be position 3, and then rank 4. So here we go. So this is what I have. Let's start with last place tonight. So last place tonight is going to be letter B. So this is actually B. This is JW Dant. So JW Dant, Heaven Hill product, right? Bottle and bond. About 17 bucks at the ABC store local here. And it's a good bottle. I have this one on a rotation for daily sippers. It's good for cocktails as well too. It's got a little more of that drier peanutty taste, which is good sometimes. I enjoy it. So yeah, I have it in my bar all the time. So it's a good one. So let's go ahead and look at third place. That is Etching C. Etching C. So this is your JTS Brown. So JTS Brown, also Heaven Hill product, right? Bottle and bond as the JW Dant. The JTS Brown, I want to say it was like 10, 12 bucks. Honestly, for that price, you can't find JTS Brown a whole lot in North Carolina, at least in the Charlotte, Gastonia area. But you will find them in South Carolina a little bit more. And as you venture out further in North Carolina into like South Carolina, into Georgia, or even Virginia above, you'll see these a little more available. But again, I think they're great for cocktails as well too. But I can drink this neat and not be upset with it at all. So really good bottle, but it comes in third place tonight. That's Etching A. So this is Early Times Bottle and Bond. So Early Times Bottle and Bond, love that bottle. Regularly kept at my bar. It's a liter, but for this blind, and we're doing per 750 milliliters, this comes out to be about 18, 19 bucks for 750 milliliters. So that's why it's in the blind tonight. But Early Times Bottle and Bond, great bottle. It's a Brown-Forman product. Currently, as far as the juice, but it has been bought up by Sazerac, and we're expecting to see the Sazerac juice to start coming out anytime now. But really good bottle, which means this very Old Barton, again owned by Sazerac, is first place tonight. Now, this one's a little more allocated, harder to find, but you can find it online and purchase from there too. But again, coming in first tonight, really good. Again, this one has good flavor, good mouthfeel. As I went back through them again, it just really just didn't change for me. It still just stood on the top, and it seemed like it was a little better flavors for what it was for 20 bucks. And I enjoyed the finish and just the complete experience. Really good too. Early Times Bottle Bond, love it. But this is a great matchup. I'm glad I did it. I hope you guys find this useful or helpful for you guys when you're out trying to buy bourbon. But what I want to know is, let me know down below what your favorite budget bourbons are to sip on. And let me know in the comments down below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and until next time, sip your passion.